Welcome to Bible Crafts for Kids. In today's lesson, we meet a Samaritan leper. This well-known story, Jesus heals 10 lepers, but the Samaritan came back to thank Jesus. Samaria was established and built by the Israel king Omri, and he was one of the evil kings when Israel and Judah was split. So we can imagine that nothing good was coming out of this region. However, Jesus pointed this out, that there was someone good from Samaria. Hear and read the rest of the story in today's lesson. It's the miracle of the 10 lepers. You can find it at BibleCraftsForKids.com. Each PDF download contains the lesson and the Create a Page video, which I'll show you next. We have just finished number 31, which was such a cool page. And we're going to do another cool page today, which is number 32. It hides a little secret. So go to BibleCraftsForKids.com and download the PDF file. It comes with the lesson and the instructions and the labels. And so we're going to get started, and I'll show you how to make this. You're going to need for a base page, you're going to need a 6x6 square. We're also going to need an additional little paper that we're going to make a mat and the little booklet inside. So we're also going to print our labels. So let's start with the little booklet and the mat. The first thing we're going to cut is the mat, and the mat is 3.5 by 5. So I'm first going to cut at 3.5, and then I'll cut it into 5 inches. And that will be our mat. Now our little booklet inside is 6 by 2.5. So we'll need to cut our little booklet, which is 6 inches by 2.5. And we will score that in half. And we want to score our 2.5 by 6 at exactly 3, which is the center. We're going to fold it right in the center to make our little booklet. And now, let's take a look at our labels. On our labels, we're going to need adhesive on all of the backs of our labels, except for our memory verse card. So let's cut them out and put adhesive on the back. As always, we want to cut around all of the outside edges, and then look for our longest line. And I leave these together until I get the adhesive on the back. Now I'm not going to cut this apart until we put the mat together, and I will show you how to cut it then. But let's get our adhesive on the back. And now we can continue cutting them out. Now when we get to this label right here, we want to take our mat and we want to lay it right on top of it, but we do not want to glue it down. We just want to lay it there, and we're going to cut them together. Now you can either do this with your scissors or your paper trimmer. And you want to hold them together and then cut both pieces at the same time. Now, after we have cut our little pocket, we're going to put adhesive on the bottom portion on 3 sides. Now, we do not want adhesive on the top pocket because it's going to swing with the brad. Now, after we have cut our pocket, we're going to put a hole in the top portion of our pocket so it will swing open. And that's what we will put our brad through. And that completes our kit, our 6x6 base, our pieces for our pocket, our little booklet, and our labels with the adhesive. To start putting our kit together, we're going to start with the bottom portion of the pocket, and we're going to place it on our 6x6 page. And after attaching our bottom portion of our pocket, we're going to attach the top portion. Now, you never know where the students are going to put this bottom on the page, so you never know where to put that hole. So as a teacher, once the students have done that, I go behind them and see and let them place it on there, and then I take a small needle tool, a pin, or something like that to make a hole for them in the base. Then they can attach the top portion with their brad. And that creates our little pocket and our covering. So next, let's add our labels to the top. And we just simply glue them down. Now your brad may be in the way as to where you punch your holes in this top layer. So they can slide the label underneath the brad, which then you'll want to align this outside edge to each other, which will create a greater gap on the left side. And now let's work on our little booklet. We're going to take our little booklet and we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to attach the Bible passage on the front. And that completes number 32 today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we know that your kids will enjoy it. Your students from ages kindergarten to whenever, they love them. Join me next for number 33. Now, it's another cool page. It just does differently. So thank you for joining me today, and hope to see you next time.